Hey guys, I like to do a lot of different things on this pod, and I just think I just ran into something that is so good. This could be my radio show, really. And Sirius XM, you should think about this. My best trait right now is telling you my opinions on things that I have experience in. I just put a video out now, and this woman wrote me and commented about it in a very intense way, and I thought, wow, this is interesting. And I thought this could be a new avenue for me. Just ask Jamie. Like, well, if I could just take your questions all day and that built up viewership and content, I would do it all day. Just ask Jamie. That's all I would do, because I think I love to do that. When I do the Sirius radio, I like to talk on topics, but I like to take calls when they're good calls. Some people don't really know how to formulate a question. This woman just wrote me, and I'm going to answer her. I just saw your video about 23-year-olds moving to LA. I have a 23-year-old who wants to move there, but she needs more experience on her resume and needs to save more money first. Okay, first of all, more experience on her resume. Okay, I'll read the whole thing and I'll break it down. Are you saying that you don't think it's a good idea? She graduated in marketing and wants to do marketing and entertainment. I fully encourage her to follow her dream because I raised her to be a hard worker and she's extremely smart. But of course, I'm a parent and I will worry when she does leave. I'm curious of your thoughts. She has no aspirations to be an actress. Does that change what you think about a young woman moving there? Thanks in advance. So first of all, like I said, this was beautiful because it just spurned an idea for a piece of content for me. I got my first sponsor, my first legit sponsor, and it's underwear. And it's Sheath Underwear. Now, I didn't take them out before. Now, these are really interesting underwear. First of all, they smell really good. I mean, they don't smell good. That was gay. They do smell good, actually. They're soft. That's why I put it on my face. They're soft underwear. They're naturally cool. Okay? They're called Sheath Underwear. They've got this cool logo on them. And then their whole gimmick is that you put your donger, you put your stuff there, and then this is a to-do. I mean, then you put your tube in there. I don't know if you can see that. So your donger rests, your bits are in there, and your kibble is in there, and then it's literally like, it gives you a nice little extra package there if you like that, if you're a person that wears jeans. And they got these cool colors. They're funky. And I'm going to tell you something. Go to sheathunderwear.com. Use my promo code. I don't sleep in underwear, man. I usually sleep buck because I have sheets like this. Even these are pretty soft. Like, I have bamboo sheets. These are pretty, almost like them. That's pretty right on there. I would sleep on this if it was a sheet. And it's cool, like naturally cool. I like to sleep exactly how. I don't like to wear underwear. I wore these to bed last night, and I didn't feel like they were cutting off my circulation. I fell asleep. Like, this isn't me being a hoe. This is me believing. I believe in these underwear. Like, we just started our partnership, In order for them to be my sponsor, I got to get views, and I think that there's a lot of things that we have to do, but it's like the algorithm is tough, but I love them. The brand, I haven't met the owner yet, but he's an upstart. It looks awesome. It's actually a very good product. You get a discount. You should try them. If you like underwear, if you like your packaged up, I would try them, man. They're fucking good. They're really good. Like, I'm not going to do anything that I don't try. You know what I'm saying? So, try them. Do it. Sheathunderwear.com. And promo code Jamie. See, I yawned in the middle of that. You couldn't do that on TV because it doesn't matter. Everyone knows everyone's a liar, and I'm not lying. So I'm just going to kind of break it down really simply. My first thing is, does your 23-year-old daughter have a father? That's the first thing. She's moving to the shark pit. Does she have a father? I'm not saying if she doesn't, she shouldn't move to LA, but these are the conversations that you have to have. You have to be realistic about things. Like, when I moved to LA, I always talk about how people are delusional about shit. Like even my mom. She's like, oh, you got to go to Disneyland. You got to go to Universal Studios. You got to go to Walk of Fame. You gotta go to Pink's Hot Dogs and just stay away from the casting couch. That's 5. It was like 3 characters. That's 5 things. But like the casting couch, everyone can tell you. Your aunt in fucking Iowa was like, stay away from the casting couch. Like that's just a funny but true thing, right? When people are like, the casting couch, I'm like, people are saying that shit. My mom said that shit. So I just think that's funny when people act surprised by that shit. So let me break this down. So just saw your video about 23-year-olds moving to LA. I have a 23-year-old who wants to move there. Well, like I said, did you raise her with good moral backings? Is she easily... First of all, she's 23. So she's already way more older than I was. You know, she went to college, which you may think is good, but I think college kind of makes kids a little less ready for the world. In my opinion, because you got to be in the world. So I know that's not going to be popular for some people, but college is still a safe haven. So she's already 23, so she's got 4 years on me. 5, because I was barely 19. And women mature faster, so let's say she's got 7 years on me. I had no money. Seems like you're really, you probably would help her out a little bit. Experience on her resume, I don't even know what that means. I had no resume. You don't need any resume, any experience. I mean, it's different. I don't know what we're talking about here. Are you looking for a job? If you're looking for like a 9 to 5, which is hard to exist, but if you are and they require that, then that's not my field of expertise. I'm talking about an entertainer. She graduated in marketing and wants to do marketing and entertainment. Again, that makes no sense to me. I always get fucking weirded out by that term marketing. Marketing! You know what marketing is? I gotta go get bananas. I gotta get bread. I gotta get milk like that. I don't know what the fuck marketing is. Anyone who can get views on TikTok. There's no marketing anymore. Legacy media is being done. It's getting cooked. There is no marketing. Like you can work, but everything is condensing. So if you're a good social media person, you can sell products. I fully encourage her to follow her dreams. Well, you really don't have a say because she's a woman. She's an adult. Because I raised her to be a hard worker. That's very good. I agree. That's a good thing. And she's extremely smart. Okay, that helps. But of course, I'm a parent, and I will worry when she does leave. Well, that's a little... Come on. You got to let your kid live. So I don't have kids, but you gotta trust. I'm curious on your thoughts. She has no aspirations to be an actress. Does that change what you think about a young woman moving there? Well, I would just say this. To me, the dream is dead. And you have to tell me if I'm an old man or not. I had this conversation today with Jill Zarin. Shout out Housewives of New York. And I was saying I was raised on like Elizabeth Taylor, Audrey Hepburn. I'm talking about like women that I love. Like I love like hot, sexy chicks and women. I love, that's a different lane. I don't know if I can say this right. But like, I think women should aspire. They could do anything you want. But like my stars are the ones who kept it classy publicly. Do whatever you want behind the fucking scenes, but keep it classy publicly. Like Elizabeth Taylor was so wild though that her private life leaked out. And I mean, I'm sure she was wild, but to me, she's the classy movie star, Sidney Poitier, Audrey Hepburn, those, Raquel Welch, it changed really. Raquel Welch was different, although, Elizabeth Taylor was sexy, but never too much. Raquel Welch probably broke the door down a little bit. Jane Mansfield. Probably Jane Mansfield was before her. Marilyn, risque, but still classy. But, those were the stars. It was important. It meant something. There was this huge wall and no one could get over it. And you're like, how do I say, oh my God, these people are living their best life. But we didn't know anything and the images were crafted. So to answer this woman's question, I can give it to you. On a nutshell, yeah, if she's got a good moral code, she's not trying to be an actress, come out to LA, get a place. If you're cool with roommates or if you have enough money, get a place. Live somewhere in West Hollywood. Try for, give yourself a year. Learn and burn, you know what I'm saying? And see where you're at. But I'm just trying to tell the answer. The answer in the big picture is Hollywood is not what it was when I came. And it's always been changing throughout the years. It was different from the 50s, the 70s completely changed it, and the 80s did it again, and then the 90s changed it. And then because what we have, I was talking to Jill Zarin today, and she didn't know who Emma Watson was. And I'm like, Emma Watson is one of our biggest stars in the world. And she's like, I don't know who that is. Because Jill's a huge star in her vertical, which is, reality TV, Bravo. But, you cannot argue with the Bravo-verse. It's humongous. The Bravo-verse is known just as much as Marvel. But I'm like, for me, I respect anybody who's doing this thing. But, to me, I'm old school. I love, Billy Joel, Frank Sinatra. I also love Zed. I love Steve Aoki. But I love Angelina Jolie. But I love the originals, like the big, keep the image clean, Private Life's Not Known, cover of People, cover of Vanity Fair. Boom. That's what I was raised on. And then as I got, my shit going with my name, that's when social media started popping off. And then the whole thing changed. And so now, to answer your question, she should try it out. But it's a totally different game. I was talking about actresses who are lost, who are fucking barefoot and, have dreams of big stars in their eyes and fucking all these creeps out there. You gotta fucking know, like, what you're getting into. But the whole town has changed. Things are empty. It's all weed stores or it's all restaurants. It's, today Paramount might be bought by Byron, which would be amazing. Streaming is everywhere. Netflix has made 17 buildings from the ground up here since they had one office in Beverly Hills, which I used to go to. And they're going to have less and less employees. Everything is going to be as tech heavy as you can. Casting is going to be done through remote. Marketing, probably AI is going to do a lot. And the town is just different. It's still LA. It's always going to be LA, but the business is changing. And to come out now and start as an actress, she's not trying to be an actress, but so I hope I answered your question. It's just like, look at Matt Rife. I did a movie with him literally 2 years ago, 2 years and a month. And about a year after that movie was when his ascension started. And it was all his own doing. Incredible. He was just hustling and hustling and hustling. No ego. Just do whatever gig he could to get better. Hard ass worker. Good moral code. And then when it popped insanely huge. But there was no publicist, there's no agent, no one got it for him. It was all him. And that's our world now. So imagine that, which was impossible to do 20 years ago, like that rise. And then imagine that now with the Emmys being the lowest rated Emmys, like 4.3 million people. There's people with TikTok reels, myself included, with more viewers. And you have people like Jill, who are big in their own world, and Emma Watson, who I said is a legacy star, and then I educate her, and she's like, oh my God, she's huge and all this stuff. But it doesn't mean that it's just everything is everything, and people are going to feel more entitled and important, and I'm a fucking coconut blogger. People blog about coconuts. I saw a guy today, he was a fucking stretch influencer. He was like showing you how to stretch, and he had a lot of followers. And Jill's 60 years old, and she said, well, how many followers does this Emma Watson have? Because she has 680,000. And Naya, who works on the radio, she's so funny, is young, 23-year-old, by the way, who's like one of our producers. She goes, 75 million. If you like this. If you want to subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.